That the Vembanad Lake offers up the most breathtaking vistas that Kerala has to offer is only debatable because it's in Kerala. Any other state and it would be by a mile the only place to visit. The longest lake in India and the largest in the state. To look at it is to be reminded of what Henry Thoreau once said, "A lake is the earth's eye, looking into which the beholder measures the depth of his own nature." Every foot you travel, every corner you turn offers up something special, something new. From the placid heart of the lake with the early morning clam dredgers taking advantage of the spectacular sunrises, to those life-sustaining backwaters that open onto it, teeming with activity, it remains almost a world unto itself, since those who live on and by the water live off it as well. Birds, beasts, and well, us. Which brings us straight back to business and my day's first stop, a place by the shore that's sort of a must visit, if you can find it, that is. So if you want to eat like a local in Kerala, obviously one of the immediate and automatic destinations is one of the many toddy shops that fill up the scene. However, be warned, it is traditionally, how shall I say it, something of a male bastion, but there are some of those that are willing to flex, so you just have to go out there and find the right one, as I apparently have. Yes, it's always toddy time at the Kuttanadan Toddy Shop, and if location is everything, they've got themselves sorted. And if toddy is the name of the game, well, they've got that too. Kerala's favourite tipple is made from the sap of palms, and so the ubiquitous toddy shop has become the place where the day's business is done over a cuppa and a plate full of food. The food here may be just to absorb the excess, but like so much else, it's reason enough to visit in the first place. I was turned around a bit and then discovered why. I was being given the best seat in the house. I suppose I shouldn't be surprised that even my room here comes with a view. Moment of truth, I'm trying me some toddy too. Ayo, indeed. So I have to say it's actually not bad, and it's not nearly as strong as I thought it would be. It's sort of, it is a little bit like very fermented coconut water, but that's a nice thing. And I have to say, I'm fairly sure that this, along with what you see behind me, is an explanation in a single frame of the reason I have been greeted by so many smiling faces over here. Of course, my smile has more to do with what follows: a plate of their favourite stodge, some tapioca, which I used to great effect with some of their duck curry. A rich, hearty curry full of fresh, fantastic duck. Don't speculate on where it was caught, probably 5 minutes from here. It's that good. Equally fresh, it turns out, is an incendiary plate of locally caught clams, cooked with coconut and lashings of chilli. Oh my goodness, and I thought Kerala food was subtle, spice-laden, but not too chilly. Here is the exception. This is a very fiery plate of clams, and I suppose that works because, if you're having copious glasses of this, you probably are looking forward to a plate like this. I mean, think about it. I'm not even having copious glasses of this, and I still want endless amounts of this. And it's all surprisingly excellent. After all, I imagine the crowd isn't that discerning after a few. Either way, appams follows, served here with little bites of chili-laden crab. They're so tender, the shells are edible too. Oh gosh, that is good. That is sweet little baby soft-shell crab. And here is the kicker. I am probably paying less for all of this than I would pay for half a plate of this anywhere else in the world. I mean, it's really unbelievable. This little toddy shop has served a better range of produce than many fine diners I've been to, and certainly a better setting than most. And with that, my rite of passage. Having had my baptism by fire, I'll be applying for Kerala citizenship any minute now. Yeah, that whole I fit in like a local, not so much. But I am not discouraged. The lake is vast and there is much more to get my teeth into. My next destination is one I get to by boat. Yes, this trusty vessel is steering me away to Kumarakom and the aptly named Coconut Lagoon. No one who's been paying even a little bit of attention will be at all surprised that the ride itself again provides vista upon vista. But despite that, it's once we hit dry land that the fun really kicks off.
Welcome to Coconut Lagoon.
Hi, thank you so much.
Please come.
The Coconut Lagoon is in fact Kumaracom's first resort and therefore remains one of those places that is true to both the land and the water it sits on.
When we started this, we had a very clear idea of what we are trying to portray. It is celebrate Kerala, architecture, traditions. We have very old houses from the central part of Kerala, which were actually relocated into this coconut plantation. Okay. This is actually a 22-acre of coconut plantation. One of the priorities was not to alter the landscape. I also understand I am standing on the lowest point of India. Yeah. This grass is 2 feet below sea level already. Yeah. It was very easy to build an ecologically sensitive place, which is having butterfly gardens, fish sanctuaries.
Yes, you can flutter by some butterflies or have fun feeding fish or simply enjoy the sweep of the paddy fields out back. Or, best of all, prepare for a feast. I am being handed over to Chef Jose Varki, the man behind the treats I am about to try. And take a look, there's more than a few of them.
We are having the Central Travancore cuisine, otherwise sometimes called as the Syrian Christian cuisine. When the Syrians came in, they brought in their cuisine, but locally available was rice and coconuts and fish. That has been transmitted over a period of years. It has taken its own little changes, but it's a fully evolved cuisine of Kerala.
So what that means is, well, more than I could have hoped for. To start, perhaps it would be best to look at this sampler filled with locally caught fish in assorted permutations and combinations. There's the meen pati chira, a fiery fish curry, or to be precise, fiery till it's had with the tapioca they're so fond of. It's fantastic. Along with that, 3 different types of small fried fish, all fun, all fabulous, so fresh they were caught probably within a few hundred yards from where I sit. You will not believe me when you look at the size of the table in front of me, but I have been assured that 90% of what is on this table is all food that is good for me. And if you don't believe me, ask Chef.
Mantra that we have, local in content, because almost all the ingredients are procured from a 10-mile radius. At the same time, you get superfood, which is your tropical vegetables, which are grown with plenty of sunshine, fresh water, and a lot of minerals in the soil.
Speaking of which, there's nothing that's not super about the little mini mussels that are juicy and packed with flavor, a trend that continues right through the feast. I then move on to another classic. My friend the duck makes another appearance. This is their Kuttanad duck roast, a glorious demonstration of how fair some fowl can be. The curry is a combination of ginger, garlic, green chili, and the first extract of coconut milk. I'm working myself up a little bit. I have discovered that I am truly and absolutely envious of everyone who gets to live here. I mean, it's really not fair. Believe me, their emphasis on local is not confined just to what's swimming in and on the lake, but what's growing around it too.
We have got organic gardens attached to some of our property where we grow these endemic vegetables because the soil conditions here best suits for that. The rain and the sun and a lot of minerals in the soil is transmitted onto this vegetable to ensure that these great things that nature has put in gets into the diet.
These are treats that you will not get everywhere. The chadirapaya is a kind of flat bean that really embodies the very taste of green. It's crunchy and completely satisfying, as is this. It has a name that I cannot hope to pronounce and flavor that I cannot hope to forget. I mean, did you even know the vegetables like this existed? Assuming, of course, you live outside the state. It's sort of like, I don't know, I feel like it might belong to the artichoke family. Looks, yes, but also there's a certain sort of nutty taste at the base of it. It's like everything else here, just so good. All this This works well with the staples too. The kolapam, you guessed it, a kind of appam, and with these full brand rice hoppers. Try them with the curry mean polachita, the local pearl spot, a flaky, fantastic piece of fish swimming in the signature curry of the area. And by the way, before I share the last of the bounty, you should know you can personally ensure the freshness of your fish as well.
A lot of fish is growing just next to your room. You can go and fish there and give it to us. We'll give you an order to what you want.
Though frankly, with what's on offer, who needs a fishing rod? The wadal, another fish from these waters, is next. It's charcoal grilled in just chili and oil, and it's divine. I mean, really, really super. What they have done to this piece of fish, I mean. But even then, there's something better coming up. The signature dish, a whole baked fish fresh from their chulha, charred with spice, a splash of wine. Behold that perfect crisp grilled skin, and then enjoy the moist meat below. I'm not even going to apologize for it. This is my life, folks, right now. And you have to admit, it's kind of great. And looking around at both what's in front of me and behind me, I have to ask if heaven can even pretend to offer more than this. I don't know, but I can promise you Kerala can. Folks, come on, look at this and look at that. I'm going to get back to my view, and we're going to see you after the break, where, believe me, we have even more spectacular sights coming up.